What's up, guys? Okay, so when I took the van down to the garage, you're not going to believe it. It all goes tits up sometimes. Took the van down to the garage to get some welding done on it, and got back. Everything's sorted. Threw the tools in the back of the van. Following day, strikes up the diesel heater. Oh dear. So what happened was I'd pushed a box of tools up against the air inlet and suffocated the cold air inlet for that bit there. Covered it up with a box. We had an overheat and then it tried to burn cold. So yeah, when they burn cold they soot up. So I've got another little job to do, but I'm not going to see this as a negative. I'm going to see it as a positive because I want to do a good job of this one. So what I'm going to do with this one, I did give it a strip out yesterday, but I'd taken all the footage and I looked at it last night and I was just not happy with the lighting, so I've tried to set up a little bit better lighting this morning, and I'm going to go through taking the diesel heater apart again. But this is purely for demonstrative purposes. I will show you the pile of soot that I saved out of it from sorting it yesterday. So yeah, I've got a bit of experience now of taking these bloody things apart, so here goes. First thing I'm going to do, guys, is unscrew the air inlet and go to this end. There's some little clips down here, and just lever them out with the screwdriver. So pop that one out. Pulled the, well, it actually fell off while I was spinning it round, so in underneath that one. There we go. Slide the rest of the case off, put that to one side. So the quickest way that I now find is this needs to come off because we're going to need the globe plug out. The circuit board also needs to come off, and that's just a small Phillips screwdriver. I've just got a magnet attached to that torque screw there, and that'll keep all my screws in one place. So that needs to come off. The yellow and black cable, just push on the end of these clips, and there's a 3-pin socket there on the yellow and black cable that needs to come off, and this one as well with the 2 red wires. This is a 2-pin socket that comes off, and then we can get 1, 2, 3 and 4 of the torque screws down the bottom there. Right, the unit is T25 torque screw. Take that one out. that one out. Three, and this last one. Just be careful with the cables, guys. There's not an awful lot holding on to that there. Get that one there. You see, it's just literally it's falling apart. So then we can remove that bit there. Now that, to be honest, that didn't have an awful lot of soot on it. That's the fan and the gasket, and then what you've got inside here, it's a 12mm spanner. You need to remove the glow plug so you can get the cover plate for the burner out. Loosened it. Next, sorry, wrong screwdriver. There's 4 Phillips screwdrivers. 4 Phillips screwdrivers, 4 fork handles, 4 Phillips screws, and just in the cover plate there. You take these out. Three. Then we need to remove that there, and literally the burner chamber, you've got your full access to it there. Alright guys, believe it or not, this was absolutely choked last night. So in true Blue Peter fashion, I'm gonna just show you one of those. Here's the one I prepared earlier. What I did was get the wire brush inside, give it a little bit of a scrape out with what I could, and then there was still soot jammed tight down the side of the fins in there. So I got right down to the bottom with a flat-ended screwdriver, went through everything trying to get all that crap out, and this is what I finished up emptying out. That's not a small heap. So yeah, wire brush inside, cleaned it all out, and hopefully Now it's going to go back together. Touch wood, it's going to work. So I'm just going to go and get a quick cuppa and I'll be back shortly. Right guys, put it back together. Burner chamber in first, and that little rubber grommet there slides down there. Okay, we'll line those holes up, and then it's the 4 Phillips screws back in there. Just be careful not to over tighten these screws guys, because the casing is only like a soft alloy, so you can over tighten and strip the threads, which you really don't want to do. So just a little tiny nip up. Right, the next bit, I want that glow plug back in. Just nip them wires and carefully pull that back a bit. I'm just loosely tightening that up. Loosely tightening that up? How the does that work? 12mm spanner, loosely tightening things up, eh? That's a paradox in itself. I really should be wearing my glasses for this. Right guys, I've just been to get another spanner. I just couldn't quite get in there with that slightly fatter one, so again, I don't want to over tighten it. And that's the glow plug in. Slide that back down there. Just gently work it in. There we go. So that's that bit. Next we need the gasket, and note which way it goes on first. It goes on there like so, and then the burner, or the fan unit, sorry. Okay, it's starting to look a little bit more like a diesel burner. Right, and it's the T25 screws. These things are surprisingly more simple than what I thought they were going to be to put back together and to take apart and to clean. The next thing I'm going to do with this one, guys, I'm going to recite it. I've seen Mel's World installation of his diesel heater, and that was a fantastic idea. And I've also seen Mevy's channel, which he installed his heater at the back of the van and put the tank on the doors. So I'm going to need a little bit more pipe, I'm going to need to shift a bit of wiring and all the rest of it, but I think for filling the tank up it's going to be a lot easier filling up from the back doors rather than the side door, and particularly in the living area. So I'm going to have a bit of a change around with the heater. I'm going to make it more accessible for taking in and out, just in case we have this problem again. The next bit is that. So it's the 2-pin plug, the one with the 2 red wires. That just pops back on there, and that 3-pin plug just pops. That's the yellow and blue cable. Oh, it's a 4-pin plug. There. And then that sits back on there like so. That small Phillips screw that holds the circuit board. Back in there. And that is the main unit all back together again. So now what we need to do, pop it back into its housing like so. Rubber grommet on there and keep the cables in place. Then the rest of the housing. I think we've got this a bit dirty. might want a little bit of a clean. Have that on that. Right. And then finally
about to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.